Hello everybody and welcome. I'm NegPrimer and we are continuing our Knights of the Old Republic 2 stream. It's been a couple days actually. Today is the 9th. So we had to take the 7th and the 8th off. Cause I went and saw that Blade Runner. Oh, that one. Yeah, went and saw Blade Runner 2049. And I liked it. Oh yeah, we met up with Bao on the surface of Talos. And oof, that skybox is somehow... Oh. We should make sure Bao has some weapons, because he has none. Let's give him... Binox Blaster. Lexus Disruptor. Let's see. Yeah, Lexus Disruptor. On the other hand... yeah. Okay, and then we'll level him up as well, but we might need to stop and take a look at that. Oh. Damn it. Sorry, I just realized I still have Photoshop open on my laptop, and it kind of slows the whole thing down. All we have... We could... Actually, I don't know if I can switch out party right now. Oh, I can. Interesting. Oh, maybe not. Yes, I can. What I'm trying to do is take... Actually, shoot, I probably can't wear that. Yeah, okay. Okay, sorry. Actually, I got a couple different sets of heavy armor right here. Give him that one instead. But we do want to actually stick with Kreia. I don't know, I realize I've been kind of complaining about her character.
What is it?
We'll see if it doesn't go any better anytime soon. I'm not a particular fan of Atten either. Computer use security for... Okay. And then Kreia. Gotta remember what abilities everybody has. Kreia, I've been given stealth, awareness, repair, treat injury. 12, 12, 11, 12. Stealth. Okay. And then my character... So we need someone who does demolitions is the big one. So as long as Bao is doing demolitions, or is capable of doing demolitions, which he is. Ooh, he gets a lot of points. Look at that. We get to fully level up all of his abilities. He doesn't have stealth. So stealth... Kreia did have stealth. Double check, make sure. Yeah, she did have stealth. So... With them we have everything. put 1 point into intelligence. We'll get a couple more. We'll get an extra point per level. And then that way we can also put points into, I guess, stealth for him as well. I guess. See, we can't do heavy armor with him. That's interesting that it doesn't give us that choice. Let's give him this ability. Okay. You can see we're now getting enough for a point in stealth every single time because it gives us 2 points. So eventually we'll catch up in that as well. Okay, and ooh, I didn't even notice that. He doesn't have an arm.
I hear you.
Interesting effect there. Okay. Kind of dull looking place. Doesn't look as good as Dantooine.
Focus.
This guy looks like a big frog dog thing. Next time I level Bowder up, I'll have to make sure he has double-handed. Even though he's only got 1 arm! These guys are called Canuck, huh?
Let me handle this.
Also, they didn't seem to get the greatest voice actors for a lot of these characters. Bowder has really nothing voice. Sounds like the person they brought in is kind of sleepwalking a bit through it. It's one of those weird things I don't really understand. Like in Destiny. Hello, there's all sorts of mines over here.
Yeah?
Can you do demolitions? Yes. If you look at Destiny, they got Peter
The mercenaries
Dinklage.
have at least 2 hidden caches like this. We should keep our eyes open.
Okay,
Let's
thanks. They get Peter Dinklage to do a voice in Destiny, and he kind of just sleepwalks through it, and I don't know if it's bad direction or it's just a paycheck and he doesn't care about it or what. But it's interesting that like good actors can put in just a really terrible performance like that.
Mercenaries, right where we need to go. That sentry droid probably spotted us already.
They were probably looking for me when they saw your shuttle go down.
Cool story, bro. And so I don't know. I could probably look up the the person doing the voice about her, and be like, oh my gosh, it's Steve Blue, or like, oh Jesus, come on. Sorry about that. It's gonna not happen again here, presumably. I wish that was back where it's supposed to be. These guys are giving me a hard time. Yeah, come find out it was actually the voice of Steve Bloom or Troy Baker or something like that.
Take them down.
It's actually someone that's like a great voice actor, just for some reason they'll be bad in this. They actually just ended a big strike with the Screen Actors Guild, SAG, to get more rights and control over video games. Which is a interesting thing. I think that there were certain unacceptable positions that they were being asked to deal with, but I also think that SAG can be kind of a bully sometimes.
Another sentry droid. The mercenaries must be using them to locate us. There's probably another patrol nearby.
I didn't hear if they compromised, but I remember at one point in time, getting royalties off of the game was something that they were trying to get for, which is really crappy when, you know, no devs get royalties on a game. Hello. Oh, it's you guys again. The other guy's a Deveronian. I couldn't tell because the mine. You seem happy to see me. Why would I? When we saw you, we could not believe our luck. Oh no, it's still gone fast. We couldn't imagine that you would deliver yourself into our hands.
Bounty? Why is there a bounty on your head?
It's a long story about her. The exchange is paying handsomely for the head of Jedi. Your friend here just happens to be one. That doesn't matter. It only matters that we take him back to Nar Shaddaa.
You'll have to come through me if you want to take the general.
Like that we apparently aren't gonna ask him at all about why he's calling us general. Come on. Not the mine, him.
Focus.
Because now that I'm thinking about it, it does kind of seem like there's a lot of aliens in this game compared to the first. Like, they were always present, of course, but we've come across hardly any English-speaking characters.
Let's go.
Yes.
Outside of our squad. Is the little caveat there. Okay, so we just killed... We had a bounty for them. They said they had a bounty for us, which is not wrong, but we also had one for them. Okay, so that's our last bonus mission, really. We still have to find a source of fuel for the reclamation of this planet. There's a little bag down here. Ah, there's also a Canuck. Damn Canucks. It's funny.
Yeah, there's over. Let me handle this.
I have to be aware of what I'm saying because it sounds like Canuck. Damn you, Canucks. With your socialized medicine and your politeness.
I always feel a sense of calm when I walk the surface of Telos. The Ithorians are truly amazing in their work.
The force is strong here. Whether Chodo and his herd has anything to do with that is another matter. Can you feel anything?
Sure. Whisper like a breeze through the grass.
That is good. As a breeze may swiftly turn to a gale, you are slowly beginning to be reopened to the force.
Quiet. There's a large mercenary patrol up ahead. If we move carefully along the perimeter, we may be able to get by without their spotting us. We could cross along the shore, or head along the cliffs to the south. Bold.
Yeah, that's... Okay. Let's just take them all out. Let's take these things out first. Oh, okay, let's take them all out together. Sorry. They aren't hitting me. Oh, I got hit a bit there. Let's get some of these other simpler guys first. Oh no, really? Oh no! We might have bitten off a bit much here.
This shall not stop us for long.
Hold on. Myself.
I hear you.
Oh, so much. Heal thyself. Okay. We managed to pull it out. At least so far. Until I start missing this guy constantly. Really? It does seem like there's not... Enemies don't drop as much this time around as they did in the first game. Like, yeah, the calf hounds towards the beginning didn't drop anything on Danku, but humanoid enemies usually had quite a significant drop. Alright, let's finish him off. Let's see. Looks like maybe a dead Ithorian? Oh, you can do power attacks as well. And flurry. That seems to be pretty effective. I'm missing, still missing quite a bit, but... Yeah. Crate leveled up.
I will silence this. Focus.
So yeah, I guess getting a bit back to what I was talking about with the Screen Actors Guild. I think they have some valid points, but I also think they sometimes go a bit too far. I would like very much for game developers to not unionize, but unarmed accuracy. Well, I mean, it seems to do it even on physical and reflex.
I hear you.
I think ultimately the kind of nature of game development is going to change. Because right now I don't think the model is sustainable. There's a bit too much burnout and crunch, and so people that have been in the industry for decades are now leaving because they want a more stable life, and video games are not exactly stable.
What's going on?
He does have a little remote that follows him around. I didn't even notice if it was shooting earlier. One would think that it would help out, but we certainly can't upgrade it. At least we can't give it weapons or anything.
The mercenaries have at least 2 hidden...
Yeah,
Yeah?
I know, that's why
What's going on?
I had you over here getting those mines. Ooh. I just picked up something interesting. Jelshi Advisor's uniform. So this... I think I'm happier with what I got. This does not restrict the use of force powers, but it still has a okay defense bonus, not great, and the dexterity bonus, but also gives you a couple extra powers. So once I, really go Jedi and everything, but I don't even have a lightsaber yet. I can give it. And I think, so again, going back to the SAG thing, I think SAG might actually end up being kind of a force for change in the industry, or a major hindrance. Because their rules only apply to, it's the Screen Actors Guild, so it only applies to voice actors in the game space. And they can either be at odds with developers.
Minefield ahead. We can pick our way through, or take the time to disarm some and clear a path.
But
Yeah?
either way. Oh. These turrets up here are alive. Oh, well, what the... See, the AI... We've had more problems with the AI being stupid in this one. Why did I have solo mode turned on if you were all gonna just run up there?
I hear you.
Good job, Chris. Don't run through the path I've already cleared out. Let's level him up since he got injured. But yeah, so you still have 2 points left, and this takes 2 every round. We can actually only level, since it's not a class skill, we can only level it up half as much. So eventually, the idea there is that you can only level it up once every 2 rounds. And eventually we'll catch up. Since we're leveling up every round. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
What's going on?
I don't know, it's nice to think that everybody can get what they want in this world. And hopefully it ends up working out. The deal that they made, like I said, it has some great things about it though. It does maximum
I hear you.
the maximum amount of numbers that they can do voice acting now is 4, I think. And apparently game companies weren't telling them what game they would be working on or anything like that. And I understand why game companies do that. It's actually a measure to stop leaks, because leaks are a big problem in the game industry. If somebody says, I just did.
Droid ahead. We've been spotted again. We're
Thanks.
close to the compound, so they'll be getting ready for us.
If somebody. Oh, cool. That wiped out my mouse too. There we go.
I hear you.
Yeah, if it leaks that, you know, they're working on Mass Effect Andromeda 2 right now. Who are you? Did we see you before? Mercenary Droid Master. I'm gonna go with no on that one. No.
I hear you.
Okay, or just don't let me actually control her. Here, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Watch this. But yeah, if they were to announce, if it was to leak that they were working on Mass Effect Andromeda 2 really bad, and it leaked, then there would be a lot of problems when it got canceled. People wouldn't just be super understanding, and I'm not really sure who's to blame for that, because honestly, movies get announced and canceled all the time, and nobody has that much of a reaction to it. But that could also be a result of it being so commonplace. I don't know. Juniors. Damn it. That's not at all what I wanted. Oh, there's some people over there. What do you guys got to
There's a
say?
landing pad. There should be a computer terminal I can access from there.
Yeah?
Looks like we're gonna have to fight our way there, though.
Mm-hmm.
What do we have here? The Jedi. Saves us the trouble of looking for you. Corin Fault did say you were dangerous. Maybe he does know what he's talking about.
Who is Corin Fault again? I don't really remember. Who are you?
Fault hired me to keep everyone out of the restoration zone. You in particular.
Why? What's down
A
here?
grenade with your name on it, Jedi. Attack!
Just like that, huh? Mercenary veteran. Let's take out these low levels first.
This won't take long.
We not having an easy time. Nope, not you. A new lightsaber form. Determination Shi Cho. Let's see. Mind trick. Well, the main player can select this power during level up. Making it easier to sneak by them. Wave of sound that does sonic damage. Force scream. Let's try this out. I'd be more impressed if it hit both of them. Like that. That's a level 2 power though, so I'm not going to judge it too harshly. Oh look, there's more people.
Take them down.
I'm out of force. Let's not jump in and attack the next guy right away. Or, Kreia, do whatever you want. Don't worry. I'm not covering you for being stupid. Let's level her up. I don't know what that was. She stood up and her first impulse is to just run straight head on at the enemy.
I hear you.
See, and there's... Oh my gosh. Kreia, you're killing me. Because there's more. There's so many enemies in this area. Yeah. There's so many enemies in this area. What were you thinking? Let's see if we can't. No? I thought maybe one of them would chase after me. Is that Bowder's little droid? What on earth hit me? What am I targeting right now? That enemy all the way back there? Come on, I need you off the air, off the ground. I'm not missing. Okay, well, once we got this group down. If Kreia stands up again, how much you want to bet she's going to run directly at the enemy? Oh, except she's already up there. You are killing me. There's a ton of enemies through here, so let's be idiots and just run ahead before we're all ready. Actually, no. Nope. Seriously? Go ahead, go. What? Or just, okay. Oh, God. I keep forgetting I have to click on the stupid thing. Adrenal strength. Adrenal stamina. Adrenal electricity. Okay. I don't think these two are attacking me yet. So let's try to take this stuff out. Okay. Yeah. You should be in shame right now. Running off and getting us all killed.
What is it?
Or almost all of us.
Let's go.
Okay. We'll hit that in a second. Let's make sure to take care of these guys first.
Let us end this.
And it looks like we'll leave the area. It looks like there was a tunnel on the other side. The other side of this helipad. But yeah, Blade Runner was good. If you liked the first one, you'll like the second one. I'm not gonna go too much into it, don't worry. But it does do a good job of capturing the atmosphere of the first one without just being a rehash, like The Force Awakens was.
Yes.
Let's go.
So yeah, it looks like that might be a way out of here.
Yes.
Let's go.
It's interesting, when you cycle back to my character, they don't say anything. In the first one, they went, yeah, or something like that.
Hopefully I'll be able to access the shield network from this console. Good, it's functional, and my passcodes still work. Now let's find your ship.
He's okay. TSF said the Ebon Hawk was an unsanctioned landing site, which makes you think you can find it.
The TSF probably thinks the ship was put down in the wastes, but they don't know the planet as well as I do. Telos' atmosphere has been turned into acidic vapor. Landing a ship in the wastes would be like sealing it in a hangar full of hungry Minocs. So that means there's probably an unsanctioned landing site somewhere on the planet, still shielded, but not a restoration zone or other listed facility. That's why I need access to the shield network. Here, a small anomaly in the shield network's power grid. I'm not surprised the TSF didn't spot this. It's subtle, more like an error or random flux than anything suspicious.
What is it?
It looks like power is being drawn to generate a shield over a small area in the polar region, but nothing should be down there. Orbital cameras show nothing, just an empty mesa.
We should investigate this. I feel this is the best bet of finding the Ebon Hawk.
Okay, how do we get
That's
there?
a little tougher. According to the computer, a shuttle is currently docked inside the research facility. At least there was at last report, though that was months ago.
So we don't know that the shuttle will still be there or working.
I don't, but that's not going to stop me. I'm getting back to Citadel if I have to build a new ship myself.
What are we waiting for?
There's one other small problem. Recently, Zerka teams that were sent into the military facility have not been coming out. But it's not as though we have any choice.
Okay. Okay. Well, if I had any hopes of avoiding the Star Wars trailer, I would say that is fairly well dashed. Pretty severe. Hi. Gas? Oh gosh, there were 4 in there. I thought there was just the one. Yep, there we go. See, it didn't affect me at all, but you two, it's poisoned for good.
This arm of mine isn't just for show, General. Stand back.
Oh! I was like, you're using your wrong
The Zerka
arm.
mercenaries were a little surprised when I broke my way out of my holding cell. The shields there were even weaker than these.
Cool.
After you.
Cool story, bro. Break through various shields with his repulsor fist. And also die of poisoning. Good power. And also set off every single one of the mines. With some pretty great powers.
Poison.
Pretty sure that's one of the two of you. Fine. Well, if I'm already poisoned. La 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 la. Hello. Let's make sure. Okay. Guess that if we're already poisoned, might as well. Oh. Slicing. Okay. Okay, fairly straightforward. Not really any wrong ways to go. And then I can
I hear you.
They made it so Bowdor is the only way to break through this. And they say using his arm, but he very clearly shot it that time. Does his droid do anything? Administrative ID card. That may come in handy. Hey, it's the Bonadan suit. That is the suit I purchased back in, way back in the day. I had Karth wearing it at the beginning of, the first KOTOR. This door doesn't open? Yeah. I wish they'd at least give me like an air option when that happens, when I get to a door like that. Oh, that's weird. I thought for a second there it gave me an option. Oh, that is two of them. There's three of them here? Oh. Apparently targeted that. We're in a race against Kreia. Oh, she's not even halfway. That's pretty weak, Kreia. Okay.
Yes.
Let's go.
Again, that's not a punch. Eesh. Huh.
This will take long.
They're hitting Bowder now too.
Get this over with. This won't take long.
I was running low on heals there.
Handle this.
No. Only Kreia went down. This is other. So yeah, this is also how you make edges and stuff like that. We might hold off on this. There was no lab station. Oops. There's no lab station on... Well, assuming we can find my ship. Grenades, mines, stimulants... Strength D package.
What is it?
Yeah?
Okay. Well,
What is it?
this might be end up being a mistake. But let's move forward. We'll heal as we go.
There she is, one orbital shuttle. Looks like
that's
it's
all.
in serviceable condition. That's all a moot point, though.
Why is that?
The hangar bay doors are closed. I don't fancy flying the shuttle through solid metal, so I'd say we need to find a way to get them open. We'll also need to find the ignition codes for the shuttle, or else we'll have some trouble getting off the ground. If we get all that, I wouldn't worry about what shape this heap is in. I'll get it running.
Okay. Cool. Impossible. Controlled by a nearby terminal. Well, see, if they had doors, I really wish they would give me, like, a prompt of some sort. Good job.
I hear you.
Let's go.
Oh, I can't wait. Hold on. Base reactor is offline. Cannot unlock hangar doors. Okay. Well, ultimately we don't need to go in there. Crystals! Hopefully, that means we'll get a lightsaber going here soon.
Yes.
What's going on?
Actually. Hey, N7, how's it going? Oh, hey, we can turn off those gas vents. Okay. Hello. Not sure. His droid doesn't seem to be doing anything. Heat shielding Mark 3. Cannot be opened from here. Why would I want to open that? Doesn't look like there's anything beyond that door. There must be a pickup that I gotta get on my way back. Hello. And that disabled droid is not working at all. Yeah, I feel you on that, and so. Hello. Who are you? Zerka salvage team hid here when the turrets and droids went online. I haven't been able to reach anyone. You're here to get us out of here, then, yes? Sure. Yeah, follow me out. Does he actually follow me around? Does it seriously want me? I can't just tell him to like, hey, hold on, buddy. I have to actually walk him all the way out. I should have paid more attention. Maybe I could have like told him to wait, I'll be right back. And then finish this area off, and then take him out of here. Of course, that doesn't matter if he's not following me anymore. Are you coming? I need this Joker to keep following me. But he doesn't seem like he wants to do that. Let's see. Now, what is your problem, buddy?
And what is it you think you have accomplished?
Jesus Christ, lady. I thought it was the right thing to do.
If you seek to aid everyone that suffers in the galaxy,
Bye,
you will only weaken yourself
Ghost
and
Man.
weaken them. It is the internal struggles, when fought and won on their own, that yield the strongest rewards. You stole that struggle from them, cheapened it.
No? Is it wrong to help others
If
in
you
need?
care for others, then dispense with pity and sacrifice, and recognize the value in letting them fight their own battles. And when they triumph, they will be even stronger for the victory.
Yeah, unless they fail. Yeah, if it meant your life, there's nothing I would not do for you or any of my
The
allies.
Mandalorian Wars prove such things. In only one Jedi did I see valor.
Then your allies are your weakness, and if they die, you die with them. And because of that, where once the Sith had but one target, now there are many, and you frustrate my attempts to protect you.
Okay,
That is
fine.
all I ask.
Sure, I'll consider it. Influence gained by Outer, influence lost Kreia. Kreia is a pain in the ass. We've been over this before, but she reminds me of the Turian counselor in the first Mass Effect. Just impossible to please. You have to be like mean, but not so mean to the point that you're like cruel. It's a very weird dynamic. Fine. If you're just gonna sulk somewhere, Kreia, I'll go ahead without you. Hopefully she'll catch up at some point. See? There we go. That was a fun little diversion, wasn't it?
Yes?
Yeah?
Alright, get your butt up here.
Yes?
Let's go.
Maybe he could destroy it with his fists. I feel like they were supposed to have a special animation for him to do that. Getting a lot of droid equipment too, considering I don't have the option of any droids. More of these guys. You can do something? Are my teammates gonna do something? What are you doing?
Let's go.
What are all these things? Impossible. Overload droid recharging stations. Those are inactive. He's posting a lot. Okay. Well, can I break in there now? No? Okay. Well, I guess we just gotta keep going forward. Assistant game designer. One of my job boards is updating as we speak.
What is it?
Let's go.
Oh, there's... Is there really going to be a whole other area to this? To the military base sub-level? Uh-oh. It's HK 40... 50... 51? Okay. Sub-level reactor. Hello. What on earth was the point of that? Why even have... Why even have that? I'm confused. Okay.
I hear you.
Yeah?
Do this better. Another room full of... Oh, deactivated turrets. Disabled.
What is it?
Yeah?
These all gonna activate as soon as I do this? Okay. Okay. Uh-oh. What the is that like an AT-ST? Oh, damn. They took my character out quick. Let's hold off on that.
What's going on?
So those all deactivated. Or reactivated, rather. Why didn't... Oops. Well... Resilience. Lightsaber form. Determination. Mini opponents. Blaster deflect minus many opponents. Okay. Yeah, that happened. That happened before I even realized what was going on there. The other turrets haven't been such a thing. Why is there a sub-level? Why is there a whole other area? Magnetically sealed cannot be opened at this time. I want to say that's something that got messed up and that's one of the things that got cut, but that doesn't make any sense because why is it in the... I'm on the restoration mod right now, so why wouldn't that open? Datapad. Ignition code for orbital shutter in the hangar. Okay. Well, maybe that restoration mod doesn't restore everything. I don't know. That's a little weird to me. Must be controlled by another terminal. Did I miss a terminal somewhere? That terminal only gives me one option. Let's unlock the hangar doors. Hangar doors unlocked. Okay, well that thing is wandering around out here. tank droid. You and me, Kreia, let's not stand right next to each other, because I don't know what this thing
shall
can
not
do.
stop us for long.
That was not that difficult of a fight. But he also, again, doesn't drop anything. One thing, and even the first game that did this, but actually that's, I hate when games do this. They have all these lockers that open. These are interactable objects, and the non-interactable ones look identical. They just don't have an interact on them. I don't generally like when games do that. Lab station. To the military base sub-level, and then there's also this door that won't open. It says you need to hit a terminal. Let's do another quick save. Let me run through again. See if I missed a terminal somewhere. Or if maybe that... no. See, it keeps giving me a highlight to select him. There. Oh, you know what?
What's going on? Set and activated.
No, that's nothing. I'm a bit stumped on this one, and I don't know if it's supposed to open. Let's double check these terminals. Yeah, nothing on the other one. Yada yada yada. Uh-huh. Nothing in here. Hate to waste time like this, but I don't know. I don't remember this game well enough to remember if this is just a glitched thing, or if it's intentional, or what. But one would think that this mod that I'm running would have fixed that. That HK droid blew up before he even left this little wing here. Military base sub-level does seem like something that was cut from the original. From the release of this. That other door I'm not sure about. Won't let me do anything to that droid. I don't know, I'm stumped. I guess there's not really anything to do. We'll go ahead and do a quick load so we're back at our ship. I won't make y'all watch me. Doesn't have a hyperdrive, but it can get you out of the restoration zone. Take the shuttle to the shielded mesa in Talos's polar region. They're the AA towers. Maybe originally there was a thing about going into the sub-level to shut off the AA towers?
Statement. We have arrived too late. The target has evaded us. We must pursue it. Observation. They have likely escaped aboard the orbital shuttle that has been docked here. The bay control computer likely will have a record of their departure. Query. Have you discovered anything about the shuttle's course? Answer. I have managed to track the shuttle's movement across the shield network. However, the shield network does not stretch over the polar region, which was the shuttle's apparent destination. Statement. Dispatch a unit to the polar region with the last known coordinates and approximate path of the shuttle. They will not escape us again.
Well, this can't be any worse than last time. So that's the hole in the shield network, huh? Doesn't look like much to me.
Okay. So there's a bunch of those droids.
You've got to be kidding me. It's not my fault.
You say so. I don't know, you seem like bad luck. We've had a lot of bad things happen.
Egotistic praise. An excellent shot, even with the prevailing winds. I couldn't have done it better myself. Field assessment. I picked up on the heat forms of the Jedi and their allies. Activate the mines and prime the self-destruct sequences.
Oh, I'm still alive. That'd be great if you got like 10 hours into the game and they killed your main character off.
Intact. We were concerned that shooting down your shuttle would damage you irreparably. Quick clarification, but now that we have found you, we hope that we can facilitate communications. Unnecessary addendum. And put an end to hostilities.
Any reason you shot me down?
Unnecessary clarification. We merely wish to cripple your vessel. Once we tracked your coordinates, we were able to deploy several droids in this location. Probing query. We are, however, curious as to why you chose to come to the remnants of the polar Telos irrigation system. There is nothing here that our instruments can detect. Eager threat. But we are looking forward to extracting your motives for coming here when we place you in torture restraints.
Okay, why are there assassin droids here?
Self-evident answer. Wherever you try to run, we will be there, armed and ready. Rhetorical query.
That's not very
So
nice.
the query you have posed to us is one we put to you. What are you doing here, we wonder?
Okay. How many of you are there?
Chiding statement. Oh, Jedi. There are as many of us as are needed to capture or kill our targets. Egotistical boast. And there are far more of us than any one Jedi. Destroy one of us, and more shall rise from the wreckage. Unnecessary threat. And our attack protocols are more than a match for you and your allies.
Okay. If you want to fight, then come on. It's interesting, that seems like a rather aggressive... Oh, there you go, Crab. What is going on here? And who are you shooting at? Are we each attacking a different one of them?
I hear you. Let's settle this.
Are you even shooting?
I hear you. More with that.
Jeez. Why on earth? Load last save.
Egotistic praise. An excellent
okay.
shot, even with the prevailing winds.
Oh, come on.
Couldn't have done
It won't
better
let me
myself.
skip because the camera's moving.
Feel
Well, stuff's moving, it doesn't let you skip these little scenes here. Although it totally let me cut the audio out. Come on. No, come on.
relieved statement.
Killing me a bit
Jedi,
with this
it
game.
quick.
Oh, okay. Not while my main character is moving. Okay.
Where that came from?
Kreia, you are killing me. I need to put you on a more passive mode, I think.
More where that came from.
Optimal accuracy ratio achieved.
She had half health!
Systems failing.
Jeez, game.
Time to take you down the side. Where that came from?
He seems to be doing a lot of that sniper shot, but not able to actually hit them. I think he hit with the second shot I was watching there, but the first... I haven't noticed him shooting until right there.
Field.
Okay. Okay.
Relieved statement. Oh, Jedi, it is good to see you in quick.
Okay. Okay. Well, the big thing we need to do is knock all these things down. And then Kreia, you need to not immediately die.
What is it?
Don't attack, just heal. Heal over and over and over again.
I hear you.
It's really weird it switched me back to Atten here. Instead of using Bowder. No, override that. Don't worry, don't heal.
What is it?
Ugh, Jesus. And you?
Say the word.
This is infuriating that they keep... I don't know if it's... I don't know what's going on, why they're like refusing to attack who I tell them to attack. And you seriously can't hit a goddamn thing, dude. That didn't do much of anything. You are doing jack all for damage here. What on earth is going on? Cool. The animation still plays.
Egotistic praise and excellent
Atten, you are the
Even with prevailing
worst.
winds, I couldn't have
Not
done it
doing
better
any
myself.
damage to these guys.
Feel
Okay, come on, game.
relief, quick pun.
This time you're all running out in front. Maybe you'll actually be able to hit something from there?
Time to take you down to size.
This is killing me a bit. How quickly you all are dying is insane. The difficulty in this game, the difficulty curve,
Even with the prevailing
is
winds,
all over the
I
place.
couldn't have done it better myself.
Going through that whole base was just a cakewalk. Outside the base was super hard, because there were all those enemies. Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing, I guess?
Relief,
I don't
quick
know.
pun.
Well, we'll see how this goes this time. Kreia, you won directly into the mine. That's not helpful.
Settle this. Just say the word.
You get closer so you can actually hit them. I don't know if that makes a difference or not. That's fun to pretend like it might matter.
Yes.
Just say the word.
They're just wiping the floor with me in one volley.
Egotistic praise, an excellent shot, even with the prevailing winds.
I guess
I couldn't have done it better myself. Field assessment. I picked up on
it probably wouldn't be that bad if it didn't make me replay this cutscene every single time. Let me see if I can quick save as soon as this starts here.
relief, quick pun.
Cool, it did, okay. Hopefully that won't break everything. Okay, let's get in there. Let's cast your heals.
I
Kreia, let's all focus on the same person, please.
I hear you.
I think we're all aiming at the same. Now that they aren't all aiming at the same person. Yeah, that's what I was doing, but only when Atten was the last person left. Actually. Oh, come on. With the stacking up attacks. Oops. Clicked on the wrong person. Ah. Okay. Finish him off. Finish him off. Okay. Actually, I don't think I even tried Force Whirlwind. Maybe I could have whirlwinded these guys. I think we got it now, though.
Systems failing, Master.
Parabolic guidance. Not a lot up here. Just this little mound here. Oh no! Knocked unconscious, okay. He looks dead. He doesn't look knocked unconscious. Okay. Look at that skybox right there. It's interesting, there's 4 pillars at each corner that are actually rendered that are actually like rendered objects. Yeah, that's about her, alright. Oh! The hell are you guys? You guys look like the Sith assassins, except you're white. What? Oh, okay.
Lay down your weapons, and you shall not be harmed.
Hi. Who are you?
I will not warn you again. Drop your weapons, or we shall take them from you.
Do as they say. I sense people come to no harm.
Just like that, huh? I didn't come here to fight. They're a ghost.
Why is it that everywhere
Yeah, I don't know how they got
I end
past.
up in a cell? I mean, why did they lock us up? What is this place?
It is a training ground for Jedi.
What? This ice hole?
Yes, it bears the semblance of an academy. But where are all the students? Curious.
You've got to be joking. What is a Jedi Academy doing out here in the middle of nowhere?
It is a place hidden from the galaxy like the academy on Dantooine. But this place... Oh, Atris, you have been clever.
Atris?
It's none of your concern.
Well, the sooner we're out of here, the better. 2 crazy Jedi are more than enough for me. No one told me we were going to be dumped in a nest of Jedi.
And what is it about this place that causes you such fear?
What do you mean? We're in the middle of a bunch of Jedi. You know how they are.
No, I do not. Not in the way you seem to.
What? What are you doing? Get out of my head!
Stop struggling. Let me follow the current. Deep, deeper to its source.
Stop! Stop! Ah!
Ah, with the fear is mingled guilt. It squirms in you like a worm. And the why? Ah, and there is its heart. You surprise me. I could not feel it before. Your feelings are a powerful shield indeed. Do not worry, Atten. If she is a Jedi, she will forgive. And if she is not, she will not care.
You can't tell her. Please. I'm asking you. I don't want her to...
Think less of you. I hardly think that's possible. Still, there is no shame in what you ask. We all wage war with the past, and it leaves its scars. I will not speak of yours, Atten, but there is a price for such things.
What? What price?
There are those who wage war and those who follow them. You are a crude thing, murderer, but you have your uses. You know how important this woman we travel with is. Even one such as you can feel it. You will serve her until I release you.
And if I refuse?
You will not. If you do, then my silence will be broken. And then, Atten, you will be broken. You fear the Jedi, and rightly so. If Atris learns of your choices, you will never leave this place. But whatever fear you hold of the Jedi, know that if you disobey me, that my punishment will make you beg for the death that has long hounded you. Wipe the fear from your mind. You will not find blind obedience a difficult master. You chose it once. You will learn to embrace it again.
I don't know how you became such a manipulative witch, but why a vicious old scow like yourself would even bother with me is a bigger mystery.
No game of Dejaric can be won without pawns, and this may prove to be a very long game. You are a slippery one. Your thoughts difficult for even one such as I to read. I suspect the self-loathing that squirms within you gives you a curious strength. Your spirit, as diseased as it is, refuses to allow you to give up, no matter what threats you face and whatever wreckage you leave behind you. I feel you have crossed our path for a reason. Perhaps even you, at the right moment, may be able to turn aside disaster. If so, your potential is not yet spent.
Fine. I'll be your pawn. But I still think you've got the wrong man.
Perhaps. But someone has to fly the ship, and the Force is a hard thing to predict. You have crossed our path for a reason. Our path brought us here for a reason. And now I know why. The past is here, and it must be met before the future can be set in motion.
More Jedi speak. Care to explain?
No. I've wasted enough time with you. Sleep, murderer, and be silent. I need no distractions. A critical moment approaches.
She called him murderer a couple times there. Bit cryptic game. Okay. Another white-haired woman.
I did not expect to see you again after the day of your sentencing. I thought you had taken the exile's path, wandering the galaxy. Yet you have returned. Why?
Yeah, tell me what you did with my friends.
Your concern is noted. Your friends have not been harmed. They have been detained for their safety. I
For
find
their
it
safety.
unusual that you are traveling with others again. I had thought you had forsaken the company of others after the war. Or is that why you are here?
It was not my intention to come here or see you again.
Yet here you are. Perhaps you do not know yourself as well as you think. Regardless, your arrival here begs an explanation. Have you come to face the judgment of the Council, as you did so many years ago? Are you finally willing to admit that we were right to cast you out?
Okay, so it's weird, it's weird storytelling that our character knows stuff that we, the player, don't know. Like, we don't know who this lady is, but our character does. And we know stuff that our character doesn't. Like the conversation that Kreia and Atten just had. Say I guess I deserved exile. I was no longer a Jedi, or I could do... Let's refresh my memory. Why did the Council cast me out?
Why? Because you turned your back on us. And the Order. You followed Revan to war against the Mandalorians. The very war that made Revan a Lord of the Sith, and ruined you.
Ruined me, huh? I did so for the Republic's sake, not Revan's.
The Republic asked the Jedi Order for aid against the Mandalorians, that much is true. Yet that aid did not mean rushing into battle, giving in to aggression, your hate, your passions. You sought adventure, you hungered for battle, you could not wait to follow Revan to war. The Jedi Order asked only for time to examine the Mandalorian threat. They urged caution, patience, and you defied them. So when you returned, you were brought before us. You were a Jedi no longer, and so you were exiled.
Okay, if you say so. My punishment could have been worse, and for that I am grateful.
There was much about that day that was difficult to forget. Your words, your defiance, and when you stabbed your lightsaber into the center stone. So I would never forget.
Hey. That's my lightsaber.
Indeed. A lightsaber is the mark of a Jedi. When you turned your back on the Order, it was not yours anymore.
Don't you have your own?
I have always kept it, as a reminder of what can happen when your passions dictate your actions. I have kept it, so I would never forget your arrogance or your insult to the Order.
Jeez, you're really coming down kind of hard on me. I wish to earn the right to carry my lightsaber again.
Become a Jedi again? That is a thing far out of reach. But I am not unsympathetic to your feelings. Leaving the Order must have been difficult for you. Yet you gave the Council no other choice. You gave me no other choice.
Yeah, I went to war to protect others, not for battle.
So your choice was to meet the aggression of the Mandalorians with more aggression. That is not the Jedi way.
That doesn't mean... they were attacking people. Mandalorians were butchering innocent worlds that we had sworn to protect.
Every choice we make, whether we know it or not, sends echoes through the Force. It can awaken feelings, ignite passions, hate, anger, fear, where none existed before. By meeting aggression, by serving as an opponent against which the Mandalorians could test themselves, you fed their hate, their lust for war. And it sent a terrible echo through you. And because of it, you and those Jedi who met them on the battlefield lost their way. And you turned on us.
I did? Yeah. I don't know. It is interesting. I think there's actually a mod that during these little talking bits, they'll actually take your headwear off. Yeah, weren't you tempted to help the innocent?
Of course I was. But the Jedi teachings require we examine how we may best help them. Action without reflection is not our way.
Yeah, our teachings do not mean we should stand by and watch others die.
There was no guarantee that marching to war would have saved the Outer Rim. In fact, quite the opposite.
Yeah, even the Mandalorians admit that Revan was the one that turned them back.
A physical victory perhaps, but the real victory lay in...
How many people would have died if the Mandalorians hadn't been stopped?
You do not know...
I like that it's like I'm interrupting her, but I'm not because there's like all these dialogue options and I have to read through them all. If the Mandalorians had won, would the Jedi have fought then? Or simply have meditated on what to do?
How dare you? The Mandalorian Wars should have been your grave, and Malachor 5 is where you should have died.
But it wasn't. Awareness, your anger, is it because you secretly wish you'd had the strength to follow me to war?
What do you mean?
Okay. I can see it in you. You wanted to fight by my side, but you were too scared to defy the Council.
You're wrong, just as you were when you defied the Council. I tire of fighting with you. You lust for war, and you always will, and you have succeeded in distracting me from my questions. So
Dude, you
answer me.
started it.
If you cannot seem to admit the Council was correct, then why are you here?
Yeah, I'm looking for my ship. So I can leave this, get up out this bee.
Your ship? Ah, the Ebon Hawk. It is not your ship. Unless you are admitting to the destruction of the Paragus mining facility.
Like, sorry, admitting to steal you. Of course I destroyed Paragus. Yeah, she is being super defensive. I guess its destruction was necessary.
Necessary? The destruction of Paragus was necessary? You have not changed. Acting instead of thinking, putting yourself before the galaxy, before the Jedi. Do you know what you have done?
I destroyed Paragus? Yes, I know it put Telos in jeopardy, but I had no choice.
No, your crime is much more than that. Without the fuel from Paragus, Citadel Station cannot maintain its orbit. It will crash into the planet and its destruction will echo across 20 other worlds.
What do you mean?
Telos was a test to see if the Republic could mount a restoration effort on the Outer Rim. When it fails, the Republic will not finance another. The other Rim worlds, devastated by the Sith, will remain graveyard worlds, devoid of life. And that is the magnitude of your crime.
It can be... it's almost as bad as the Jedi letting the Outer Rim die during the Mandalorian Wars.
So you still hold to your flawed convictions. If you think to anger me, you are wrong. How is it that you are not content to confine your ruin to yourself? You must spread it to others wherever you go. Ruin yourself with your actions if you will. But when your actions bring harm to others, then you must answer for it.
Yeah. So I get blamed for the actions of the Sith?
The Sith? What do you mean?
Sith have returned and are hunting the Jedi.
You speak truly. You have encountered the Sith. I can feel the scars on you. Tell me, where did you encounter them?
On Paragus. What do you think? Sith came for me on Paragus to kill me.
Paragus? What would they want there? They can't have been looking for you.
Why not? Yeah, they believe me to be the last Jedi.
You? If they thought you were Jedi, the teachings of the Sith blind them indeed. I am the last Jedi, not you. You betrayed our teachings, our beliefs, the very core of the Jedi Order. If these Sith attacked you, they will soon realize their mistake. And if you escaped, They most likely let you go to see if you would lead them here.
Yeah, I don't think I was followed.
We shall see. For now, the perspective on your situation has changed. I have your ship. I will return it to you. You must leave here before you place us in jeopardy.
Anything I can do to help?
You offer your aid. After turning your back on me, on the Council, the Jedi is not something you embrace out of fear. The commitment is stronger than that, something you never seem to understand.
Here's a question. Why were there HK droids on the roof of your Jedi temple trying to kill me? Like, how did they get there? Did you not know they were there? The Sith have numbers and you need all the allies you can get.
Perhaps. But if you help me, it cannot be done from here. There are others in the galaxy who may help us against a Sith threat. If you can find them, gain their trust, perhaps our defenses shall be stronger for it. Take your ship, seek them out. If you find them, encourage them to gather on Dantooine. From there we can call a council and see what can be done.
Alright, I'll see what I can do.
Then I shall send you on your way. It is now time for you to depart.
We shall remove her, mistress.
Oh, you're gonna remove me. You're not just gonna, like...
Come with us.
Okay. I like that you don't have your hood up. I want...
Are you all right, mistress?
The exile reminded me of something. I had forgotten.
Forgive me, mistress, but I must ask. The exile. I have never seen another affect you so strongly. Was she important to you once?
We all have our heroes, and when we watch them fall, we die inside. She made a choice once, and I did not. The day we judged her, I stood in the chamber, and she was so right. She was so certain of it. I doubted myself, but not now. She will never make me doubt myself again. But now I am tired. I must meditate.
Of course, mistress. I will tell the others you are not to be disturbed. And please, do not exhaust yourself.
Her voice sounds familiar. The second one. The Padawan or whatever. Okay. We're gonna watch everything. Okay. Light side points. So that must have been up here? It's weird it would start me off facing that way. Hey, look. It looks like the meeting room in the prequels. Cold to the touch and no way of opening it. I still have all my weapons, apparently. Hello. I see you down there. Handmaiden sister.
Why have you approached me?
Where are my friends?
You will find them in the main irrigation channel room, in the northern part of the plateau interior. The particle emitters there that once governed the flow of water to Telos can double as force cages.
Okay. So shut them off and free them.
It is not part of my duties. Free them yourself. Then you must leave this place.
You people. Why did you imprison them? We meant no harm.
They were caged for their safety, until we could determine your intent.
For their
Exile.
safety.
Atris cautioned us against your tactics, fearing that your allies would create a distraction. Your companions gave us little trouble, however. The male could have presented some challenge if he had resisted, but he chose not to.
You mean Atten?
He has had some Ichani training. He masks it well, but when you are in danger, his mask dropped into a stance we know well.
Okay, where did he get that?
I do not know. The Echani forms are known to be taught to military special forces throughout the galaxy. If the source is a mystery to you, perhaps you should ask him. It would be wise to know those you travel with.
Okay, where's my ship?
The ship is stored in the hangar. Atris has given you permission to leave this place, and permission to return if you remain in her service.
Okay, can you answer other questions?
You may ask.
Okay, tell me about Atris.
The mistress? What of her?
What if I want to speak to her again?
She's meditating, and she does not wish to be disturbed. Your presence here has troubled her, and I hope you do not choose to trouble her further.
What can you tell me about her?
She leads us. As she rebuilds Telos, she rebuilds the Order, and through them, the galaxy.
How does she plan to do that?
We serve the Jedi. We do not question them. Yet, Atris has told us that the work here at Telos may pay for similar efforts in many worlds along the Rim that were destroyed when the Jedi turned on each other. She has said the Jedi Order needs such a foundation if it is to rebuild. She faults the teaching of many of the Jedi Masters as the spark of the Jedi Civil War. Atris has said that if Revan and Malak had been properly instructed in the ways of the Jedi, they never would have fallen, and nor would you, Exile.
Yeah, I didn't fall to the dark side, though. What does she consider proper training?
That is unknown to me. I have never observed Atris to teach Jedi, nor would I wish to. Atris has chosen instead to focus her efforts on galactic recovery. Once the galaxy breathes again, disciples will come.
So is that not what you guys are? You're not training to be Jedi? She'll need help if she tries. She knows nothing about training Jedi. These are both kind of mean. Let's just ask other questions. Tell me more about this place.
This was once a mighty irrigation center for Telos. It survived the orbital bombardment of the Sith, though the inhabitants did not. Ancient irrigation channels still lie beneath the surface of Telos, waiting to be used again for the reconstruction efforts, controlled from this facility.
So why is Atris here?
Shortly before the destruction of Dantooine by the forces of the traitor Jedi Malak, Atris had many Jedi artifacts and knowledge transported here secretly.
Why here?
Even the Sith prefer live prey to scavenging a corpse. She thought that a world already savaged by the Sith would not prove a target a second time. It was a place where the artifacts and the teachings of the Jedi could be kept safely if the Sith could not be turned aside.
Yeah, how'd she know Dantooine was about to be destroyed?
The Jedi Council sensed it. Master Vrook, Master Vandar. But it was too late to do much except make arrangements for evacuation. It was a dark day for the Order. Many on Dantooine did not survive, Jedi or not. Atris would not speak for many days after the attack, and we feared our mistress was lost to us. In time, she regained her voice and her strength. She brought the artifacts and the teachings of the Jedi here and has kept them safe.
Alright, what relics?
Even the Sith prefer live prey to scavenging a corpse. She thought that a world already savaged by the Sith would not prove a target a second time.
Yeah,
it was
you
a
already
place
said
where
this.
the artifacts and the teachings of the Jedi could be kept safely if the Sith could not be turned aside. You may...
Okay, what do you do here?
We serve the Jedi, and we watch.
Thanks, that's helpful. Yeah, there aren't... Are you training to be a Jedi?
I assume you meant no insult. It is forbidden for us to become Jedi.
Why?
Even if we possessed the awareness of the galaxy that the Jedi possess. We are here because we are not Jedi. That is our purpose.
Yeah, why is that an insult?
We have taken an oath to never follow the teachings of the Jedi, only to watch those of the Order and carry out Atris's will should it be necessary. Atris believes the new Jedi Order that shall arise here will need to be guarded and watched by those not touched by the Force. She thinks it will give balance.
Uh-huh. I don't really understand.
The Jedi have long since lacked anyone to judge their actions and provide support should their power corrupt them. We are this strength. The Jedi Civil War proved that the Jedi are in need of such guidance. It is our duty to watch for aggression, rage, passion, and end it before it takes root.
Uh-huh. So you guard the Jedi.
A crude way of describing our duty, but in a sense, yes.
Okay. You'd strike me down if I showed any rage or aggression.
I would have struck you down as you entered this place, if Atris had not stayed my hand. Though you are not a Jedi, you have been sickened in Revan's service. If for a moment I felt you could bring harm to Atris or this place, then I would end you.
Just like that, huh? Yeah, if Atris is in charge of you and she's a Jedi.
Atris is trusted. She has watched Jedi rise and fall and knows the ways of both paths to see the signs when they begin. She is a worthy one to judge the Jedi when the Jedi refuse to judge their own.
Right. Sounds like a pyramid of Pazak cards to
I
me.
do not understand the reference. Pazak cards would not be good building material for a pyramid.
Right. Yeah, because that pyramid would be weak.
I do not expect a criminal to understand. You have existed outside the circle of the Jedi for too long.
Just like that, huh? Okay. Yeah, there aren't any Jedi here now, are there?
Atris is the only Jedi here, this is true, but the Mistress will bring others in time.
Okay. Okay, I can be just, like, completely mean to Atris during this conversation.
You may ask.
Other questions. Why do you all look the same?
We share the same father, and we all bear the face of our mother. It is not unusual for the Achani of the same parents to be born so as to be indistinguishable to outsiders.
Achani, huh? Jesus. Yeah, the one handmaiden who challenged us when we arrived, she looks different. If you say so, I mean, she's just not wearing a hood, but she looks like the same model otherwise.
As I have said, it is not unusual for the Achani of the same parents to be born so as to be indistinguishable to outsiders.
So she's not Achani, or she's not the same parents?
If you seek to raise anger in me, you will fail, exile. I tolerate your presence only upon orders of the Mistress. She did not order me to endure your questions.
Yeah, I didn't mean to offend.
One cannot take back an action, and often apologizing for it only compounds the insult. Simply drop the matter and be silent.
You got a real attitude problem, lady. Let me ask you something else.
You may ask.
Never mind. Okay, apparently that's all we got to say. Are you just going to be the same?
Why have you approached me?
You have the exact same voice, even. Okay. So I said that one girl's voice, the one that looks different. She is a very prolific voice actress. Name of Gray Griffin. Grey Delisle. Looks like she kind of goes back and forth between the two. But she's the voice of Catwoman in the Batman games. Little map there. Saw the voice of someone in Adventure Time. Whew, just a lot of different things. Hard to... The female bounty hunter. Hey, it's 2-3! We haven't seen him in a while. Hi, buddy. Hi. Hi. They didn't memory wipe you, did they? I'm glad I found you. What are you talking about? What would she want that's in your memory core? Fill me in later, let's get you out of here first. Alright. We'll see you at the Ebon Hawk. Okay. Oh hey, there's the Ebon Hawk. Okay. Well, I think my teammates are still strung up somewhere. Yeah.
Did you
I
find
didn't even
what you
notice.
came
A woman from the past has made this place her home.
for? I felt as much. Quite strongly, in fact. I suspected there was something from your past here, something unresolved. I feel we did not come to this place by chance. You were led here. This woman who resides here, she did something to you once, something that hangs upon you still.
Sure. She was one of the council who cast me out of the order and wanted to punish me further.
I see it now. The act has left its marks. Be warned, unresolved events from our past can create wounds in the present and the future.
Bowder is
And
in
more
here,
importantly, they can distract you, weaken you. It could prove fatal against the enemies we face.
Cool. Do you want me to let you out of the cage? Are you done?
If that is all you wish to hear, then I have nothing more to say. Let us depart.
Is that okay? He looks out cold.
He's only sleeping. It seems the journey here has fatigued him.
Yeah, I don't trust you. We already saw you knock him out. Well, let me free you.
I'm sorry, General. I must have lost consciousness in the crash.
Yeah. Nothing to apologize for. You okay?
I'm fine, General. Even power has been restored to my arm. What is this place?
Is that a thing?
Where are we?
Jedi Academy, concealed on the northern pole of Telos.
This must be where I had detected the energy readings before, and the drain to the restoration shields.
Yeah, no kidding.
This place, it looks part of a huge polar irrigation system.
Yeah?
Possibly planet-wide.
Uh-huh.
Like the one on Coruscant.
Uh-huh.
I had been told by the Republic that it was not in use.
Well... Yeah, are you well enough to travel?
I am, General. If you wish, I may travel with you, or join you at the ship.
Okay. Go to the ship, I'll deal with your failure later. Meet me in the ship and prep for launch.
Very well, General. I will await your arrival.
Oh. 'Cause Okay. I'm not sure why I need teammates in this area. Hello. Some more of you. Talk to N.
Ah, hey. You're back with us. We were just on our way to rescue you from those ghost women when, we got locked up.
Ghost women. With your Johnny training. You okay? You look a little disoriented.
Don't worry about me, I'm fine. How did things go with the Jedi here? Are you all done?
I've agreed to help them.
Well, that's not exactly what I wanted to hear.
Oh, too late.
What? Look, I'm fine.
Oh, here we go. I can talk about his Johnny training here. I would have thought your Johnny training would allow you to recover faster.
Johnny training?
Huh? What are you talking about?
You dropped into an Johnny combat stance. Where'd you learn that?
Oh, that. Don't tell anyone, but you wouldn't believe how many fights you can prevent by just pretending to know that stuff. I mean, it doesn't compare to wearing a lightsaber, but then again, that doesn't seem to help you much.
Tell him it's a good asset. No harm meant. I thought it could be an asset.
Well,
okay.
Hey, thanks.
I'll take your
but
word
you've got
for
the
it.
wrong guy. I'm good at shooting people, cracking wise, and pretending to know how to fight with my hands.
You okay?
Don't worry about me. I'm fine. How did...
Yeah, I've agreed to help them. Influence gained. Okay. Like I said, I'm not gonna worry too much about making sure I have like maximum influence. Like Kreia. Kreia's a pain in the butt to deal with. I know you can get influence with her, but credits. Let's just steal from all of these handmaiden sisters. So I wonder, because this is the irrigation center, so one would think that the Republic would have checked this out. And it kind of sounded like maybe they had, but they're covering for her. Why would the Republic do that? Yeah. No, I know that's one thing you can do. But I'm I think for the most part, I'm gonna just kind of let it happen naturally.
You are the exile. The one Atris
And if I don't get them to that point, I don't get them to that point. What did Atris say about me?
She said, you betrayed the Jedi by going to war when it was forbidden to you. You turned on your masters, your teachings, and yourself.
Yep, sounds like me. Oh?
That is not all she says. She says you know nothing of loyalty to any cause except your own animal instincts. And she told us why you fell to the dark side.
Like that what? Dark side?
Atris says that you fell to the dark side in the Mandalorian Wars when you gave in to your lust for battle. Once you tasted war, you could not give it up.
So why didn't I keep fighting in the Jedi Civil War then?
Atris says when the Dark Lord Revan returned to the Republic, you did not march with him because you had fallen so far you could no longer feel the Force.
Anything else?
I believe that is the extent of her expressed feelings toward you. There are variations at times, but all rise from the same foundation.
Expressed feelings.
Yes, it is difficult sometimes for others to truly speak their heart or listen to it. The words often prove difficult, or they do not come at all.
Okay, what do you think her heart says then?
Without having seen you and Atris fight, I cannot say. Battle is a pure form of expression. It is heart and discipline, reduced to movement and motion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't really want to fight Atris.
Then her expressed feelings will have to suffice.
So if I fought, that might make the truth come out.
Perhaps. It may prove truer than conversing with words. In battle, the words are swept away, giving way to actions. Mercy, sacrifice, anger, fear. These are pure moments of expression.
Okay.
You may ask.
You look... Yeah. Well, so there would kind of have to be a mod. I'm sure somebody at some point made a mod to change the way she looks, because she looks identical to all the other women.
I honor the face of my mother. It is not something spoken of in the company of others.
At least as far as we can tell. She's not next to any of them, which makes me assume that they're aware that she looks exactly the same. So you have a different mother but the same father.
I do not wish to discuss it. If there is something else you wish to ask, you may do so.
I meant no offense.
There's no need to apologize. You were merely remarking on something that you saw. There is no wrong in that.
Is it sensitive?
It is not a sensitive subject, but a subject that requires trust. There is no such trust between you and I, and such trust takes time.
She's also the voice of the character from Samurai Jack, the girl, I believe, in the last season. Yeah, why does Atris allow me to walk freely? I could kill you all easily.
I am aware of this. I do not doubt your combat prowess, as my half-sisters do. There are many who went to war against the Mandalorians, and few returned. You were one of them.
Okay. Never mind, I'll be going.
Before you go, Exile, question for you, if I may ask it. You have touched the Force. What does it feel like?
Difficult to describe.
Please. I wish to know.
It is like a current that passes through you and carries you with it to all the places it touches.
It is like a cloud, a mist that drifts from living creature to creature, set in motion by currents and eddies. It is the eye of the storm, the passions of all living things turned into energy, into a chorus. It is the rising swell at the end of life, the promise of new territories and new blood, the call of new mysteries in the dark.
I see. Thank you both. I appreciate you sharing your knowledge with me.
Seriously, Kreia. Calm down. My pleasure. Dark side points gained. Net light side shift. Oh, from that one comment I said I could cut you all down. So I didn't think about it. Did we not? She didn't give me my lightsaber back, did she? Turbo lift. What a jerk. Yeah, you pointed this out earlier. They did have, well, they had a Trandoshan sword. Was the Sith Disruptor in one of these as well? That seems like a interesting place to be holding stuff. I know in like Dark Souls they put a lot of effort into making sure the placement of all of your of all the objects is good and everything like that, so that it actually has meaning when something is out of place like that. I guess that's kind of an RPG thing. But leaving the Telos Polar Academy for good. Okay, let's go. See, it looks like a Jedi Academy. Although it apparently was a mining station.
Well, now that we're off that Dejaric board of a planet, I say we burn sky until we see lines.
What's up, T3? What you talking about? Oh, HK-47. You downloaded her archives.
What is the machine saying?
Do you not speak, droid? A hollow record of my trial in her records.
We seem to have found it.
Oh, just like that? You're not gonna ask me before you play it? It's interesting it didn't load in here, and this isn't a video.
Do you know why we have called you here?
Hey. He was in the first game. You've called me to answer for my crimes on Malachor 5.
As Revan summoned you, so have you come full circle to return to the Jedi.
Why did you defy us? The Jedi are guardians of the peace.
Damn.
And have been for centuries.
Nice mustache.
This call to war undermines all that we have worked for.
Is Revan your master now? Or is it the horror you wrought at Malachor that has caused you to see the truth at last?
She said I was very impertinent. Should I challenge her here, or should I just be like totally compliant? I realized that no, let's truth is Mandalorians had to be stopped or countless more would have died.
You refuse to hear us. You have shut us out, and so have shut yourself to the galaxy.
We feel that your true understanding of what happened at Malachor 5 will only happen in time, and it cannot happen here, near the battlegrounds where you fought.
You are exiled, and you are a Jedi no longer.
That's
There
not
is
much of
one
a
last
trial.
thing. Your lightsaber. Surrender it to us.
Disappear. No like fizzle out noise or anything like that.
Much defiance in that one.
You were correct, Kavar. When she was here, I felt it. It was as if she was not there, more like an echo.
Revan's influence has grown amongst the youngest of the Order. He speaks to their passions, not their sense. The war has touched them. Many of them have found themselves in the war against the Mandalorians.
It is as I feared, and I fear that we have played into the hands of the enemy.
We have not lost a Jedi this day. You
Who's
felt
that
it. She has
voice?
lost herself. She is no Jedi. She walked Revan's path, but she was not strong enough.
I fear it is our teachings that may have led Revan to choose the path he did.
We are not the ones who taught him.
We take responsibility,
Oh,
Atris,
her.
not cast blame.
The choice of one was the choice of us all. Revan's teacher intended no harm, and Revan had many teachers since.
Yet they all stem from the same source. Her teachings violated the Jedi Code and lead all who listen to the dark side, as they did the Exile.
Her, I thought I
You're wrong.
corrected you and
The
said
dark
his.
side is not what I sensed in the exile. Surely the rest of you felt it as well. That emptiness we felt. She has changed.
Whatever that wound was, it was of the dark side. We should not have let her depart. She will simply join Revan again, or perhaps worse.
What would you have done with her, Atris? Be mindful of your feelings. This is not Revan who stood before you. This one walks a different path.
No, although that may come in time. We let her go because we must. Where she travels, she carries her destination with her.
Malachor 5 should have been her grave. You saw it in her walk, and in the Force. It was as if she was already dead.
No, not death. Many battles remain for that one, if what we have seen is true. But the future is a shifting thing, and she cuts like a blade through it.
We should have told her the truth. A Jedi deserved to know.
No good would have come from it, even if what you believe was true. There's still the matter of Revan, and such truths could leave us vulnerable on two fronts.
Perhaps in many years we will call her before us and explain what happened to her, and how she may be healed. Until then, she must accept her journey.
But she may never discover the truth, and she will never know why we cast her out.
And that is the future we must accept.
Those Jedi sure like their secrets, don't they?
Yep. Okay. I had no idea. Well, keep searching. There may be more information there. It just has a list of missing Jedi. Go ahead and display it. Master Vrook's on Dantooine. Zez-Kai is on Nar Shaddaa. Kavar is on Onderon. Vash is on Korriban. Atris is on Talos. Yep, we know that one. Those Jedi were all on the council that exiled me.
A strange coincidence.
It is
kidding.
no coincidence. There is some larger plan at work here, and we are walking into it. This is too convenient to be anything but a trap.
What kind of trap on Earth would what kind of trap would this be? Yeah, we don't have a choice. They know what happened to me.
General, is
Hello.
there a reason you don't carry a lightsaber anymore?
Atris and the Jedi took it from me.
That's not your lightsaber anymore. That belonged to someone who served Revan in the wars, not the person you are now. You could build another one, if you wanted to, but you know that.
Why wouldn't I?
I don't know, General, but whatever the reason, you should put it behind you. I know this. A lightsaber is part of who you are. Without it, you're not complete.
Okay. There's some parts I need first.
I think I can help you out there. I happen to know the parts you need.
Yeah, why are you an expert? What makes you an expert on lightsabers?
I spent a lot of time around Jedi during the war. None of them would let me take their lightsaber apart, but I did learn about their construction. We need a power cell, emitter matrix, lens and focusing crystal. Though I have to admit the crystal is beyond my means. Never did understand them. Those parts are fairly common, though a Jedi once told me that it's best if your lightsaber reflects you, and if it is constructed of things that identify it as your own. Just bring the parts to me before you get started building it. I'll make sure they're usable.
For the last time, no. Because you're programmed to force your opponent to go first, and nothing will convince me the computer doesn't cheat. Even if I didn't have to go first and somehow I didn't suspect you of counting cards, I still wouldn't play with a trash compactor.
I know, that was kind of mean.
Yeah? How many credits? Got a minute?
I'm a little busy here. What is it?
Won't take more than a minute.
All right, I'll work while you talk.
Look, your friend, the Jedi, you know her from way back, don't you? How much do you know about her, really?
Her? You mean the general? Yeah, during the war. If that's what you mean by way back. Can't say I know too much about her, though.
Better than anyone else on this ship. Just give me your opinion, okay? And don't laugh.
I'm trying to work here, Atten.
I was just wondering if you thought maybe she and I might...
You're being serious.
You said you wouldn't laugh.
You are being serious.
He didn't laugh.
Atten, she was a general. I was just a tech. Your guess is about as good as mine.
Well, what's your guess then?
I'm getting back to work.
Hey! I'm being serious here.
Oh, T3's there too, apparently.
You're laughing at me? I'll put you on the scrap heap, you walking tin can.
All I'm saying is that you've gone for a long time without a memory wipe. Most droids behave erratically under those circumstances. I know that, but I'm fixing everything else around here, so I may as well take a look at you too. What was that? That's what I'm talking about. That is not normal droid behavior.
What is going on here?
I am not pushing you around. I just wanted to see if there was anything I could do to upgrade your functionality.
Yeah, Badger's cool. He just... the voice acting on him isn't the greatest. Yeah, don't worry, Badger knows what he's doing. Probably knows what he's doing.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. Good. Now let's get started. You wouldn't guess it from the outside, but it looks like you've been through a lot. I'll bet. I'm all done with you. If anything comes loose, let me know and I'll put it back in place.
+2 to Constitution. Okay, so that was, there are those little interactions all the time, and it plays through all the ones that you've gotten all at the same time, apparently, when you load up. But alright, I'm actually going to call it quits there for today. We will come back. When I come back, I'll talk to everybody on the ship first, and then we'll move forward in the story some more. But as always, if you're watching this on Twitch, go ahead and over to YouTube and look up NegPrimer, and you can find all the archived videos, as well as some other Let's Plays and some past playthroughs that I've done. And same thing, if you're watching this on YouTube, go to Twitch and find NegPrimer, and you can sign up to get notifications for when I am playing. And I'm trying to do this every night, so keep an eye out. or almost every night. But alright, that's going to be all for me. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.